I normally do not set anything on a burner that I'm not going to heat up with the burner. So I have this on the burner and it is off, and I have this on the burner and it is off, and this has been on the burner and it is off, but I'm gonna heat up the soup in there. So burner covers, I don't think there are any that would be enough for in case of turn on a burner. Okay, this I can use, and then I need to open up a new case unless I use this one, which was refrigerated, but it's been out of the fridge for a while. I didn't drink it. All right, let's put it into the soup. Roxette, musical group, or if the lead singer's name is Roxette. Oh, that's not good. It's still on, so we're going to keep going. I didn't, nope, I didn't wet it. It should be dry, but it's not dry. It's greasy. Yeah, but I didn't, that's the way it's been all night. What is that? Well, that's how it's going to stay. Nope, it won't stay. That's interesting. Well, I popped open the water already, so oven open. I'm gonna fight you about that. Was it? I don't know why it's not clean. Is that shunning? No. That is unheard of. I don't shun anything in here. Well, should I wipe it down again? At least the camera didn't break. The glass is intact as well for the touch screen. We'll try it again. All right. I don't have the overhead light on right now because it's homeless. Okay. That's all I was going to do is open the two bottles, and then I'm going to show the pouring here. I have to say it because the camera is not holding alive for me the other way. So if Rachel Ray has this problem when she's making a cooking show, oh, she doesn't drop the camera, huh? Oh, she has someone to do that for her. How does she get someone to do that for her? You know, run the camera for her. I don't have anyone who would get me a pair of shoes so I could tie my own shoelaces. Nope, you don't like me personally, and that's how you show it. I don't have a pair of shoes with shoelaces. If I had shoes with shoelaces offered by Mitch, that would go along with, you can live anywhere you want. Yeah. So does Rachel Ray say no to certain things and then people do run the cameras for her? That's just her needing to leave. I don't have time for that. Yeah, but I'm going to make this just for myself, and I did just drop the camera. Okay, that's 7, and it needs to be covered with this lid. which is not dry on the inside, even though I have something to dry it with. 5-pack of bar cloths. Well, this is not a bar. I might select this for myself because I am myself, but you don't have it paid for that you're not myself and you gave me something better than nothing. Whose selection is that needs to get a job at a bar and work off that you have some kind of problem with who you are? You are less than able to drink at a bar. You need to work there. Now, I'm not going to work at a bar. Those aren't for me. I'm not in a bar right here. And somebody delivered them. Those have been delivered here. I didn't bring them in except from the parking lot. This parking lot, not the supermarket's parking lot. I'm pretty much done with making videos, but I'm still alive. I'm alive needing to make a video for my own mental capacity. Does anyone want to watch this video because it's for my mental capacity? It's to make me more comfortable. I just post it on YouTube and it's whoever watches it, watches it. If you don't watch it, that's okay. It's on YouTube. Anyone can watch it. I'm not counting the views of this video. I'll be done with making the video and my mental capacity will be in place before I find out how many views there are. And then what if that changes? So my dad is a Jonathan Obscene. He had sex with God when he had the name Jonathan, and he reinforced his personality that he's over everybody who's not himself. And he, in this lifetime, he doesn't even have to say that out loud. He just has a lot of money that doesn't belong to himself, but it's himself to himself saying that he's just there and that's just what he's doing. And he doesn't know why. And that's because he's not ordered by me. He's ordered by his own prejudice. And that's just for himself having a head, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. He has legs and arms. He's dad that way to somebody else. He's not dad to myself that way. So he's a Jonathan from when he had a dung genital. I know, but his head still looks the same. He still has the same appearance as when he had a dung genital that died out of being a dung genital, and then it alived a penis genital, and he still looks like that. And I see him in my house, and the first thing I thought of him, the first time I saw him in my house, is he belongs in prison. Yes, in prison, and he's been in my house for 45 years. From the year 1981 through the year 2025. He's still in my house. Is he not holding alive in there? Yes, but he has the key. So he's in there that way. Does he not have all the keys to all of my houses? I would. If I had a key to my house and it was my house to myself, I would have all the keys to all of my houses. I would still have them. Is he missing keys to my houses? That's not paid for. He didn't give me an extra key to my house or to one of the houses. He didn't give me one of the keys to one of my houses. That's not paid for. Whose dad is he? I don't even think he's Cheryl's dad that way. Cheryl is a girl of a boy. If she's a boy, she has a dung genital. She died out of being a boy with a dung genital, and she's a girl during the alive of the world with the penis. I don't think that's her dad either. That he's just not holding all of his keys. He's just using whatever key he has now, and he doesn't have all of the other keys. So he doesn't really owe me a key, does he? How did he even get a key? I am right here at my self-deceased out of formed. And I have never made a key because a house is my house to myself. I have never made a key for that reason. I am not alive that way. Whose dad is he? Some homeless Jonathan that was sexing myself in heaven and wants to live in my house and tell me you don't have a home because you're not myself. I'm sorry that you're not myself. I'm sorry you don't have a home because you're not myself. Who are you? You have genitals, and your genitals are not supposed to do that. That's why it's a penis genital, and it's outside. You live outside with all the animal wildlife you made. Dad lives outside with his crow, and with his squirrels, and with his chipmunks, and with his robins, and with his possum. Oh, you can live outside with the possum. Try to make it go out of the yard. I only saw it once, and that's all I can take of the possum. Did I say crows? Because there's also a cardinal in my original house. That Jonathan is occupying my house and telling me he's sorry that I am myself. He's sorry that I'm not himself and that I don't have another place to go because it's my house and he's not elsewhere. He's sorry, he's just not elsewhere. But he doesn't speak because he's like deceased in the head, but that's not paid for because he put me through 45 years of just deceasing my leverage with no keys. I don't have a key right now. I'm not here. This is not home. This is a temporary stay. I stay here. I don't own this place. I don't live here. I stay here, and I am waiting for deceased out of the door locking that I will never alive myself again. My genitals are deceased. I don't own an apartment with my genitals deceased. My genitals are deceased, and I want up, 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 and out of this world by up, ascended. Not out by get out, because I'm not yourself. That's you needing to get out at this point. If you say to Becky, I'm sorry that you're not myself, that's you needing to get out at this point. So if you've not been threatening that all along, you're sorry that I'm not yourself, you're sorry that I am myself. If you've not been threatening all along that if I decease out of my genitals and out of formed feminine genitals on the Godhead, if I decease and I disclose it myself, that you need to get out in all the threatening you've been making all along. Where you're so homeless, you're not going to get born again, and you're the ones who allowed yourself illegally alive by your own volition. in illegal alive genital penis. So are you uncorrectable? What are you going to do when you don't have any more property in dispute and you're still caught in your genitals because you're uncorrectable? You want me to say those exact words to you elsewhere when you don't have any property in dispute, not even a Twinkie? Are you prepared to hear that you're alone in the wrong in your genitals because you don't have any property in dispute anymore? You stole yourself. So, Jonathan Dong Genital is deceased. That means all the people named Jonathan and John, John. Yep, and everyone who's ever gone to the John. Yep, you're all deceased permanently because the Jonathan with the Dong Genital is deceased by myself. I'm disclosing that I am deceased that way. So you're all living on, there's a Jonathan's credit card that put me right here, and you're not allowed to be here because the credit card's deceased by the Dong Genital is deceased by myself. It was deceased before I arrived here, but the Jonathans illegally arrived in Penis Genital and have names after the Dong Genital deceased the wrong way. And that's how I know you, but I don't afford it. My dad's first name is Hans or Hans. It's Hans, Hans. That's from Jonathan, Jonathon or AN. And if there's more than one, it's Jonathans. Like if there's more than one Jonathan, like let's say present somewhere. So it's Jonathons. Oops, ANS. Yep, I have to spell that again. Jonathans, Jonathans. And if you take the last four letters, it's HANS, and that's my dad's name. But he's not alive as a shunt that way. He's alive as HAHNSS. And he's not really supposed to be near me anymore. Well, Mom's the one that calls him Hans. That's how I know. He didn't say it himself. Nope, Mom said that. She's Mom that way. Yep, she gets angry at him. She did. I said it once at the table in the Highland House. It's the Highland House is a restaurant on Highland Road in Mequon, Ozaukee County, Wisconsin. It's right down the roadway from where I lived with them. I said it once at the table inside the Highland House. We were just waiting to eat. And I said, Hans? Because that's what I hear Mom say. I hear Mom say that about him to himself, calling him in the house like that. I just wanted them to know that I could hear it. I said it once. And my dad, he did get shocked because I don't ever do that. I call him Dad. And I continue to call him Dad after that. I didn't call him Hans again. No, I was full adult height at the time I said that. Sometime in high school, right? Or was it college, university? Either high school or university. I'm going to say high school because we didn't go there very often in university. No. High school is when I went there more. A lot of restaurant food in high school. Good food in high school. I worked really hard and had good food in high school. I didn't know I was going to be growing up and being hungry. I didn't know when I got older I was going to be hungry because somebody else wanted the food I was eating. Just not used to that. Why would you, in America is full of food. Why would you be angry with the food that I'm eating exactly? I just don't have a question like that. And it's true that I died right out of the formed world because you don't think my food is mine to myself. if you can get it away from me, or if I ate it in front of you, you think that I stole it. No one can afford that. Nope, because I died out of formed. I don't have formed anymore. Nope, I'm just eating just because it's comfortable. I don't actually need anything anymore because I died out of formed. I'm waiting on you. Are you waiting on me? Yep, I'm waiting on you because I'm deceased right here. Deceased out of formed. I'm deceased out of feminine genitals. I'm the Godhead myself. I am deceased out of formed. I'm disclosing my leverage here. And when it's out of formed, like when I am out of form to myself, that will be like I still have other karma having to do with having been here. Like you folks owe me that you are removed out of your genitals in front of me. And that's low, but that's true that you have that problem. Okay. That should be good for now. How's this bowl? Is it clean? I found a dead cockroach. It was already dead right around here last night. And I used the broom and the dustpan to sweep it up. And I put it out. I'll show you where I put it, but the stove is on, so I can't because I have to watch the stove. So the box says recycle. What do I think about recycle? Corrugated recycles. Right there. Well, you don't take threats. You are one. You don't make threats. If I don't need anything, I'm elsewheres. I'm the one who's making the threat. I'm just an ask. What would I ask for? For this company that sent this food to send me everything else I want because I didn't order from you. I did not place this order. Is it a gift? You are gift Nazis. I am not allowed to receive gifts because I didn't pay for it. Is it paid for? Not by me. That's why it's a gift. You're like getting a bat mitzvah gift if I never did the bat mitzvah again. I had a bat mitzvah when I was 12 years old. And I don't have all those gifts paid for. I've been going into hospitals because I don't want any gifts receivable. You gave me more gifts just to give me out of alive and out of my genitals and out of the formed world. Yep, you put me right out and you're all still caught in your genitals. There's nobody else who's deceased out of their genitals to myself except myself to myself. Because there's two Beckys. There's Becky Mocker and Becky Moser. Becky Mocker is deceased, and Becky Moser is myself deceased right here. And I don't afford it. So I made some space here. I had the clothes rack right in the middle of the room, and now I made space for it right there. I think I'm going to need more water for that soup. It looks thick already, doesn't it? Should I add more water? A little more. Well, the soup was too thick yesterday, and by the time I ate it, it was almost room temperature, and I would like it to be warmer, hot. Um, so I don't want to add. Well, I also waited a long time to eat it because I was talking about how angry I am. I don't need to be here anymore. I need myself deceased out of the door locking. Or you don't want to see my videos on the internet, you leave comments and then you go on to something else. Yeah, but I am myself. And I'm telling you, you don't have to leave comments because you're illegally alive and you're delaying myself deceased out of the door locking. And I don't need that about you. Do you leave a comment about what you don't need about this video and how I can just be shut off of YouTube by YouTube? Why not? I know, because I'm not yourself. What am I going to do? Yeah, nothing. I don't want to live with you in eternity either. Nope, I don't like you at all. You're so angry you don't change because you're a dot, but you are a dot that must save yourself and change because it doesn't go up. You don't get something free. If you are evil in this lifetime, you don't get something free in the afterlife like that you'll get better because you're elsewheres. No, you are yourself. You are yourself here and now, and that's what you look like, and that's what you are. You have to be deceased. You don't have another way out here. If I made an excuse about something that I didn't like about my life, and I told you about it, let's say 10 years ago, that's not possible because I don't have the leverage. I don't have a live that way. And that's why you can't just say, yeah, maybe YouTube should shut you down so that you don't post any more videos on YouTube. We don't want to see you telling us that we should be in jail and prison and you're not there. Why don't you just go to jail and prison and we don't know about you anymore on YouTube? And that's you not understanding your leverage. You don't have leverage that way. You can't just ask for God to be something he's not. Are you going to do it anyway? It sounds like a plan that I don't agree with, is what I am trying to say. You and your anyway syndrome. Anyway this, anyway that. It doesn't matter anyway. You are yourself anyway. That's not true. Your head comes right off. I just got scalded by the soup. Do you feel better? Because that's you causing me to do that. I don't actually need to eat food that I heat up anymore. I got scalded by the soup. Go ahead and say, yeah, you deserve it. Then what? Call 911, report to the dispatcher what you just said to yourself, and go to jail. I scald myself with soup. You call 911 and report yourself is going to jail. I don't need you as a viewer on YouTube. Get out! Have you ever dismissed God's anger and cruise word right over God, talking about yourself, about how happy you are, about how normal you are, about how cool you are around everything that moves? I am deceased. I love myself. I am myself. and I'm waiting for myself deceased out of the door locking because I don't want anything that you want for yourself. And I am happy that way. What makes you happy? You don't think I have anything that's mine to myself. Does that make you happy? Do you scold people with their own food? Are you the reason I don't cook for myself for my whole life? What makes you think I need you? Call 911 and tell them I don't need you. And if they don't take you to jail, you're not in dispute that way. Your only solution is to put me in jail instead of yourself. It's not you being over me. That is you being illegally in a penis. You need to bend over and put your